Play simple, his dad said, but when you watch Ronaldinho's artistically hyper-dribbling skills, the last word that comes to mind is simple. Ronaldinho perceives things others can't, as if playing in a parallel universe. But these days, there's another number 10 leaving Brazilian supporters breathless. His name is Oscar dos Santos Emboaba Jr., or simply Oscar. Born in a relatively poor neighborhood, it was Ronaldinho's older brother, Roberto, who paved the way for his arrival at Grêmio as a 7-year-old. Ronaldinho found happiness in football, especially as a coping mechanism after his father died of a heart attack when he was 8. He'd scored 23 goals in one game as a 13-year-old, and when he won an under-17 World Cup, he became an instant hit with the fans. What made him stand out was his penchant for saving his best performances for the biggest games. Against Grêmio's arch-rivals Internacional, he famously dribbled past defender and future national team coach Carlos Dunga over and over again, making the captain of the '94 World Cup winning side look flat-footed and confused. But when he signed with Paris Saint-Germain in 2001, he shattered his Grêmio faithful, who considered him a mercenary. At PSG, he had a tumultuous relationship with coach Luis Fernandez, who claimed in his book that the player was more interested in Paris nightlife than Paris football. After 2 seasons in France, Ronaldinho would move to his favorite club of all, FC Barcelona. It was there that he played the best football of his career. In his second season at the club, he led Barca to their first league title in 6 years. Scoring 94 goals in 214 matches, Ronaldinho carried Barca to 2 La Liga titles, 2 Spanish Super Cups, and the elusive Champions League title in 2006. More than anything, Ronaldinho would inspire the team to play some of the best football Europe has ever seen. He won 2 World Player of the Year awards and the Ballon d'Or in 2005. But the smile that seemed to be stamped permanently on his face dropped a little after a subpar showing at the 2006 World Cup. Many also felt his lifestyle wasn't helping his football. Ronaldinho the marketing tool was often being crossed with Ronaldinho the footballer. Still big in the big games and doing very little in the little games, Ronaldinho went to AC Milan in 2008. But after 20 goals in 76 matches, like any artist yearning for validation, Ronaldinho realized that the best place to feel truly loved would be at home. After a season with Flamengo, he'd move to Atlético Mineiro, where he'd take home the 2012 Brazilian Golden Ball as the league's best player. Born in an upper-middle-class neighborhood of Sao Paulo, Oscar was carted off to the state capital by talent scouts and signed with his hometown club when he was 13. By the time he was 17, he'd already made 11 appearances in the top club. It's been said that Oscar plays not for money, but because of his love for the game. However, a contract dispute caused him to walk out on the club and sign with Internacional, claiming Sao Paulo hadn't paid him. Sao Paulo won an appeal, leaving Oscar in football limbo. After 3 months without playing, the teams would eventually settle, but 1 year later, he signed with Chelsea. When Ashley Cole first saw what all the fuss was about, he tweeted, "Wow, he looks young." Oscar was given the number 11, worn previously by Chelsea god Didier Drogba. He was able to shine under manager Roberto Di Matteo, but found the bench more often than not with Rafa Benitez. However, he saw the period as a tremendous opportunity to learn, both on the pitch, as one of the 3 amigos with Juan Mata and David Luiz, and off it, where he quickly developed his English language skills. Jogo Bonito, the beautiful game, and Ronaldinho played it beautifully, representing his nation at every age level with victory in the Under-17 World Championships in 1997. But it was in 2002 when he was truly free to express his magical dribbling abilities. On a team with the likes of Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Cafu and Roberto Carlos, Ronaldinho didn't have to be a leader, but a creative cog in a Brazilian machine that would annihilate the opposition on their way to a record 5th World Cup. When he was asked to carry the torch at the 2006 edition in Germany, Ronaldinho flunked, going scoreless, and Brazil got knocked out in the quarter-finals. 2010 saw the Seleção led by a coach who was humiliated by Ronaldinho as a player. Carlos Dunga refused to call Ronaldinho on his team, and the Jogo Bonito days appeared to be over. But now the role on the team may be taken by Oscar. The only player to have scored 3 goals in a FIFA Under-20 World Cup final, Oscar also owns an Olympic silver medal from London 2012. One colour up from Ronaldinho's bronze he won 4 years prior in Beijing. Much has been said of Ronaldinho's partying ways. He's been known to dance just as wildly off the pitch as he has on it. He had a son with Brazilian dancer Yanina Mendes, paying child support to take care of the boy named João after his late father. Oscar, on the other hand, is a stout Catholic who, despite his tender age, is already married to childhood sweetheart Ludmilla. And although he still prefers Brazilian feijoada to English fish and chips, he's slowly making a name for himself in the nation's capital. But Ronaldinho is a pioneer, opening the door for a wave of technical talents that were otherwise seen as too flashy for the European game. A great work of art is unforgettable, and that is what Ronaldinho is, thanks to his skills and his smiles.